Okay, this is the first video I've done in about 2 weeks, I think. I've been on the road, and when I got home, I needed a mental break from all this stuff. Uh, and I wasn't exactly sure that I was going to get a very long break, but after I got home, I did get about another 4 or 5 days. So last night, I guess they just figured I've ignored them long enough, and they made sure that I couldn't ignore them anymore. Um, I started seeing lots of, just things running past the side of a corner of my eye. Um, at one point, I was looking down at my phone, and I thought my wife had gotten out of bed and walked past me. And so I looked up, and there was nobody there, and she was still in bed. So I was absolutely positive that it was her that walked past me. I know somebody did. Um, but that's a real good example of why telling people to ignore what's going on around them, if they think their house is haunted, is not going to work. Okay, it's bad advice. Um, and if it has a history of violence, or if violence has in any way been threatened, then don't tell them to ignore it, because they're gonna make sure that you take notice. I caught the Irish guy again as a disembodied voice twice last night while I was laying in bed trying to go to sleep. This is after everything had been going on around me. Um, I was hearing a lot of whispering, and I did an EVP session. I did get an EVP. It's kind of hard to hear, but I'm going to play it for you to see if it comes out. But I did hear the Irish guy again. I was laying in bed, and I heard him twice. He said two words. One word was one syllable. The second word was two syllables. So it was a two-word, three-syllable phrase, and he said it twice. I couldn't understand what it was. The first time he said it out in my kitchen area, and then the second time was right at the foot of my bed. Um, uh, like I said, I had a fan going in my room. The hearing is completely gone in this ear right now. The hearing is depleted in this ear. As you can tell, I'm yelling just to hear the sound of my own voice. Um, it's just a nerve degeneration condition I have in my ears. But so I couldn't understand what he was saying, but it was him. I've heard him enough times to know what he sounds like. So last night when all this was going on around me, and I was like, wow, man, they're just blowing it up tonight, because I guess they're sick of me just not paying any attention to them. And this EVP pretty much confirms that that's what was going on. Um, the EVP says he doesn't like us. It's real hard for me to hear. I had to play it like 6 times before I figured out what they were saying. So you have an advantage of me telling you what I think they're saying, which will help you a little bit more. But that's what it sounds like. It was a 3 minute and 8 second recording. That's the only thing on it. So I'll go ahead and play it for you, and let's see how it comes out here. He doesn't like us. Alright, so I don't know how that came out, but that's what they're saying. He doesn't like us. Um, so, yeah, telling people to ignore it, bad advice. Don't do that. Um, you know, one thing that I've learned about this situation is if you ignore it, they're trying to tell you something. Okay, somebody's trying to tell you something, and they're going to keep trying. All right, they got all the time in the universe, so they're going to keep trying, and they'll keep at it until they get your attention. Now it's a double-edged sword, because once they get your attention, then they're going to keep going with more and more and more and more. Like what's happened in my house. It went from footsteps and me openly, verbally confirming the footsteps, so letting them know that I heard them, and they took off with it, and it got worse and worse. I got attacked, I got scratched, I got choked, I got bitten. It was just a nightmare. Now none of that's happened since this restarted a few months ago. Certainly could, but it hasn't yet. I've certainly been threatened, as you can see from the other videos of the EVPs that I've gotten and the disembodied voices I've gotten. They have threatened me over and over and over again. They've growled at me and verbally threatened me. But so far, so good. They haven't really made contact with me other than a few little touches here and there. So we'll hope for the best on that. I'm going to probably do another EVP session right quick while I've got my house to myself, and we'll see how that goes. And if I get anything more, I'll be sure and put it in a video. I'll talk to you later.